All right, welcome, kings and queens. We are back, y'all. We are talking the mind of a criminal, Ernesto Williams. Whoo, y'all, this ain't a good update, but maybe we can find some seeds of opportunity in this. Shirley, if you're listening, girl, I hope you got your ear glued to the streets. I'm gonna try to help you out on this one. But today, thanks to the Chronicle speaks. She revealed that Ernesto Williams was legally married when he and Shirley walked down the aisle. Y'all, pause. We got to hold space for Shirley Strawberry because just when things couldn't get any worse, they went to hell. And as much as I'm holding her accountable for what I believe she knew, didn't know, must have had hints of, traces of, you knew something. I don't want to see no woman walk down the aisle in her beautiful dress, having friends and family there to witness her union, only to find out many years later, this nigga, this low-down scum, was married already. Her marriage is null and void, wasn't even legal. But Shirley, they said you were warned. You were warned. Are we giving Shirley a benefit of the doubt in this? You know, do people talk shit about couples sometimes? Oh, girl, I had them and this and this and that. Girl, they said, are we giving Shirley the benefit of the doubt, y'all? Are we cutting her any slack? Or is it hell to the nah? Oh, this is tough. Let's talk about it. For those of you who are just tuned in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
Before I get into this whole situation, I just want to put out a public service announcement to all successful Black women. Do your due diligence of knowing who you with. There's a rap song that says, who you with? Who you with? Who you with? Get crunk. Who you with? Do your due diligence of knowing who you with. You have reached a level of success that you cannot risk in order to have a man. It ain't worth it. When we see the likes of a this and a that, everybody doesn't always come out on the good side of this. Unfortunately for Shirley, she's going to have to dig her way out of this huge, huge hole. So that's what I have to say to those of you that are listening in. If you're single, a lady in waiting, successful lady in waiting, do your due diligence of knowing who you with. Vet them out. And in some cases, it may hurt to give him his walking papers, but you rather give him his walking papers than for those authorities to give you your walking papers and you find yourself in a legal situation, okay? Now, girl, child, I said, girl, look, people listening, y'all, I'm so eager to talk about this. Listen, this man was recently divorced December 29th, 2021. Lord have mercy. Which means that's only 6 years after saying I do to Shirley. This man had been married a whole 14 years to a woman by the name of Martha Williams. Knew he was married, proposed to Shirley on her birthday at the radio station in front of everybody with this grandiose proposal. She said yes. 6 short months later, they got married. All right, let's peel it back. Narcissists are bold and grandiose. When they do things, it is mind-blowing. So if it sounds, it feels, it looks too good to be true, ladies, and it's moving way too fast, and you're not quite ready for takeoff, trust your instinct. If you feel like you're being love bombed, Like, I'm telling you, it feels so real. You're going to be like, oh my God, this has never happened to me like this. I'm on private jets. I'm da 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 da. And then he wants to get married as soon as possible because this is real. Trust your instinct. Run it by somebody else because that's exactly what happened to Shirley Strawberry, which kind of makes me scratch my damn head and look at Tyler Perry sideways. And I'm going to come back to that on a whole different thread. That's a whole different conversation, right? Because you out here telling Black women that him paying a light bill is good enough. Sir, this is the prime example of what happened to Shirley Strawberry. Tyler Perry, I'm going to need you to sit this one out and stay your nose out of women's business. Stay your nose out of women's business. Don't you dare open your mouth to prep, prime, and groom Black women to go through exactly what a Shirley Strawberry went through, sir. No, we not doing a Shirley Strawberry boot camp. No, sir. Sit down. Be quiet. Y'all, this marriage, according to the Chronicle speaks, this marriage isn't even with the first lady who claimed to be his wife. There's another lady that claimed to be his wife and who claimed to have a child with her. But this marriage document, this legal marriage paperwork and divorce is that of another woman. Oh my God. Woo! How many women, how many wives does this man have? And do you think they're going to come forward? Or do you think this is so embarrassing they may not come forward? What are your thoughts? Put it in the chat. Will they come forward? Or will they just quietly sit by and say, oh, hell no, this is embarrassing. I'm not going to let these people know my business. I'm going to sit this one out because he ain't got no money. It ain't nothing to earn from this but utter public humiliation, in my opinion, right? Because Martha did not submit these marriage documents. Somebody found them. And this takes me to Sonia, the mistress, that's on the prison calls, the prison phone calls with Ernesto. Sonia, girl, if they found Martha, you know damn well they're going to find you. Sweetheart, feel free to hit me up, DM me if you want to share your side of the story. Are you still talking to this man? Do you feel like you were bamboozled? I want to know. But you can best believe, and you need to listen carefully. I feel like I'm in a scary movie. What is it? Kidnapped? Or they will find you. And I'm not trying to be sinister about it, but they will find you. These YouTube streets are ruthless. You, if you have not already, Sonia, baby, I know you over there and you feeling alone and you get lonely, but this is not the time to be fulfilling your needs and your heart's desires of having a man to talk to on the phone. You better cut all ties and try to get ahead of this if you haven't already. From the sounds of it, you work in the legal field. From the sounds of it, you've already had a brush with the law. Once it's revealed who you are, you could lose your job for aiding a criminal by using your company's property, their hardware, their software, their access to legal documents. Girl, you can't do that. And you on tape. All it takes is some time, a little elbow grease, and some effort in these YouTube streets, and they will figure out who you are. So go ahead and DM me if you feel like it, or whomever you feel like, and you better try to get ahead of this. For real. All right. I have a few questions for you, Sonia. My first question is, are you still involved with Ernesto? Yes or no? My second question is, if you are, why? And if you are not, why? What happened? What keeps you hanging on? Or what made you leave? My third question is, how do you excuse his behavior from start to finish? How do you overlook that behavior? How did you settle into being a bench player and wanting so badly and desperately needing to help this man. And my last question, what's your excuse? You're a grown ass woman in your 50s. What's your excuse? Look, Shirley. Oh, Shirley. Oh, Shirley. I really hope you have good friends around you. Your friend, I think her name starts with a D, where she can just make you a hot cup of tea, some crumpets, a tea cake, give you a nice fluffy blanket and some slippers and socks, and make you some soup, because I know you have to be going through it. And surely, if you have not listened to any of my tapes regarding the mind of a criminal, the criminal mind, please go listen. I've given you advice, but I think I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you some more advice, because my heart actually feels bad for you. All right, Shirley. Now it's game time, girl. You got some work to do. It's going to be hard, but you got some work to do. The first thing you need to do is you need to file charges against him immediately. Don't stop. What is it? Do not pass go. No get out of jail free card. You need to come down tough, like Jim Adler, the tough, smart lawyer. You need to lay it all on the line. Girl, press charges against him immediately. Number 2, call those damn people. If you haven't turned state already, you need to do so now. If not, you better dig in the bottom of your purse and find that card that that detective gave you, and you better get the singing like a canary. You hear me? You better get the talking. And if they let you turn state, I hope you have turned state. But if not, you better see if they can put that on the table for you. The third thing is you need to hire a lawyer to get your name removed from any said documents, which would hold you responsible as his spouse for his financial obligations, legally and those committed illegally. Period, point blank. And you may be able to, shift some of that stuff off of your plate. Number 4, let that attorney bill go. The one that you've been covering on his behalf. Fuck it. Let his ass stay locked up. Let him stay locked up. Let his family, his scammers, his accomplices figure out his legal representation. Number 5, call all your friends and family and make it right. Number 6, make an appointment, girl, tonight to see a therapist. And if you can't get in, they offer virtual video now. You don't have to go into therapist's office. If you ain't even got time to do a virtual video, girl, you can text a therapist. You need to log on somewhere utilizing your company EAP benefits, and you need to get yourself on somebody's sofa. Number 7, you need to go on as many public circuits as you can and do interviews after interview after interview. You better start talking. As a matter of fact, you don't really have a choice. You've got to talk. You've got to try to win women over for going against your child, for staying with this man when there were clear signs of deception, deceit, scamming, fraud, and abuse towards children. Allegedly, you got to open up your mouth and explain yourself. This is a sweet spot. This is a window of opportunity where folks may be able to empathize with you, but you got to come out the bushes. You got to put your big girl panties on and you got to face it. Number 8, nullify the marriage or see if there's anything you need to do to ensure you're good legally. And number 9, in the words of Joel Osteen, get yourself in a good Bible-based church. Because, sweetheart, you gonna need it.